Good afternoon. I'm the grandson of Roscoe and Emma Williams on my mother's side, and I am the proud son of Anthony and Alice Ross. My name is Jermaine Ross-Allam, and I'm originally from Texas, the great state of Texas. I can only say that outside of Texas. Gwynal Chish to the people of the Aquan for inviting our delegation and for welcoming us to this land. And please forgive any unintentional errors or mistakes. I'm reminded this afternoon by Executive Director and President of the Presbyterian Mission Agency, the Reverend Dr. Diane Moffett, from whom you have just heard, that the first and perhaps most important question of repair and reparation is simply, what happened? Last year, 2022, the General Assembly of the Presbyterian Church USA determined that our denomination must make reparations and offer an official apology for the racist closure of Memorial Presbyterian Church, the impact of that racist action on the family of the Reverend Dr. Walter Alexander Soboleff, his clan, and his family. Our denomination's decision to offer an official apology and reparations began, however, in the very, very human response of the Reverend Dr. Phil Campbell, who spoke to the Reverend Dr. Soboleff in 2011, just 2 months before he died. And Reverend Phil Campbell asked him what happened as it concerns the closing of Memorial Presbyterian Church more than 50 years prior. Reverend Phil Campbell did not receive a detailed verbal response from the Reverend Dr. Soboleff on that day, but he read the anguish on Dr. Soboleff's face and saw what he described to me as a look that shared the pain of 50 years as if the event happened only the week before. All of this, of course, despite Dr. Soboleff's decades of renown and astounding achievements after the racist closing of the Memorial Presbyterian Church. With the support of Native Ministries Committee and the Church Council, Reverend Campbell began scouring after that the historical records of Alaska Presbytery, the Board of National Missions, Northern Light Presbyterian Church, now NLUC, and Memorial Church to learn more about the circumstances. He presented preliminary findings at Alaska's Walter Soboleff Day observance in 2015, and he began talking with NLUC Church Council about how to repair the damage caused by the racist closure of Memorial Church. In 2017, Northern Lights United Church congregation engaged in visioning exercises that included conversation about ways to finally address the deafening silence around Memorial Church's closing. That same year, Jocelyn Estes Klingit, a nationally recognized journalist and a reporter for Indian Country Today, was selected to interview Memorial Church members. Those interviews became an article titled Segregation of Faith by Jocelyn Estes for the Alaska Federation of Natives annual meeting edition of First Alaskans magazine in October 2019. That article summarizes her and Reverend Campbell's research on the racist closure of Memorial Church and also lifts up the resulting pain experienced by the many Memorial families. Next, Native Ministries sponsored the Reverend Dr. Campbell's time at the Presbyterian Historical Society in Philadelphia, where he gained access to the necessary records to research and then produce a summary of Memorial Church's closure in time for the March 2018 NLUC newsletter. Later, Reverend Faith McClellan, then pastor at NLUC, consulted with then Northwest Coast Executive Presbyter Dr. Corey Schlosser Hall, who is of course here with us today, about submitting an overture addressing the closure of Memorial Presbyterian Church. When Native Ministries met with Dr. Schlosser Hall about writing an overture, and he wholeheartedly supported the idea, saying, "Do not hold back and do not be shy." He did this along with Native Ministries Liaison and Council member Lillian Petershore. The Northern Lights United Church Council voted unanimously to back a Native Ministries Committee recommendation to seek reparative action through an overture requesting an official apology and other reparations from the Presbyterian Church, United States, in the amount of no less than $350,000 from the Presbyterian Church, United States, $280 from Northwest Coast Presbytery, and $350,000 over 7 years from Cunikiti Northern Light United Church. This is the beginning of repair and healing. Thank you.